Have you ever imagined facing a crisis that doesn't just blow over in a few days? Think pandemics, civil unrest, or even a complete societal collapse. In these situations, your home transforms from a simple dwelling to a self-sufficient fortress. Let's get started. When we think of prepping, we often focus on the obvious: food, water, shelter. But what about the less glamorous aspects? Waste management, for example, is crucial for long-term survival. Remember, we are social creatures, and maintaining social connections is crucial for our well-being, even in the toughest of times. When the grid goes down and our modern conveniences disappear, we're often reminded of how vulnerable we truly are. Without proper waste management, our living environment becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, viruses, and disease. By taking the necessary precautions and implementing effective waste management strategies, we can significantly reduce the risk of illness. Let's face it, when the water stops flowing, our modern flush toilets become useless. DIY toilet solutions are surprisingly simple and effective, ensuring sanitation without relying on traditional plumbing. Always locate your toilet in a well-ventilated area and consider installing a vent pipe if building a more permanent structure. Effective waste management in a long-term bug-in situation requires a holistic approach, addressing all forms of waste we generate. Composting food scraps and yard waste not only reduces garbage volume but also provides valuable fertilizer for your garden. By adopting a proactive and comprehensive approach to sanitation, you can transform a potential health hazard into a manageable aspect of long-term survival. Water. It's the elixir of life, a fundamental element we often take for granted until it's gone. In a long-term bug-in scenario, water becomes more than just a drink. It's a necessity for sanitation, hygiene, and even regulating body temperature. Ensuring an adequate water supply is not just about quenching thirst. It's about maintaining your health and your ability to function in a crisis. When it comes to storing water for the long haul, diversity is key. Large, BPA-free containers like 55-gallon drums are ideal for bulk storage, and always store water away from potential contaminants like gasoline, pesticides, or cleaning products. Storing water is essential, but it's only part of the equation. Water filtration becomes crucial when your stored water runs low, or you need to source water from alternative sources like rainwater or nearby streams. Every drop saved is a drop earned, especially when you're relying on a finite water supply. In a long-term bug-in situation, it's easy to feel isolated, cut off from the outside world. Knowing what's happening beyond your doorstep is crucial for making informed decisions. Don't underestimate the importance of communication in your bug-in plan. When the grid goes down, our reliance on the internet and cell phones can become a liability. Ham radios are a prepper's best friend. Remember, in a crisis, even the simplest forms of communication can be lifelines. While bugging in might seem like a solitary endeavor, the reality is that community can be a powerful asset in a long-term crisis. Establish clear communication channels with your trusted neighbors beforehand. Remember, community is not just about practicality. It's about maintaining our humanity in the face of adversity. The moment the power grid fails, our world changes. Stock up on candles, oil lamps, and headlamps. Use light sparingly, prioritize essential appliances, and embrace the quiet stillness that comes with living off the grid. In a world increasingly reliant on renewable energy, solar power emerges as a beacon of hope, especially in off-grid situations. Portable solar panels, compact and lightweight, are ideal for bug-in situations. Position your panels for optimal sunlight exposure, keep them clean and free from debris, and invest in a reliable battery bank to store excess energy. Section 3. Beyond solar. Diversifying your energy sources. While solar power reigns supreme in the world of renewable energy, it's wise to diversify your energy sources, especially in a long-term bug-in scenario. Relying on a single source of power can be risky, leaving you vulnerable to equipment failures or unpredictable weather patterns. Hand-crank generators, often overlooked as outdated or inefficient, can be lifesavers in a pinch. These portable powerhouses, requiring nothing more than a bit of elbow grease, can provide enough juice to charge a phone, power a radio, or even run a small LED light. If you have the space and resources, consider investing in a wind turbine. While more location-dependent than solar, wind power offers an excellent supplementary energy source, especially in areas with consistent wind patterns. Remember, safety is paramount when using alternative energy sources. Always follow manufacturer guidelines. Ensure proper ventilation when using gas-powered generators, and never overload your circuits. With a bit of planning and precaution, you can create a robust and reliable off-grid power system, ensuring your comfort and security even when the lights go out for good. Section 1. The pantry, your lifeline in a crisis. When the world outside feels uncertain, our pantries become sanctuaries of sustenance and resilience. A well-stocked pantry is a lifeline, providing not just calories but also comfort and hope. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with knowing you have enough food for your loved ones. This is the power of a well-stocked pantry. Section 2. Stocking up. Balancing quantity, variety, and shelf life. Stocking a pantry requires balancing quantity, variety, and shelf life. Select items that provide sustenance, nutritional diversity, and longevity. Calculate your caloric needs, aiming for 2,000 calories per person per day. Build your pantry around calorie-dense staples like rice, beans, lentils, and oats. Incorporate variety to avoid boredom and nutritional deficiencies. Include canned fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and spices. Opt for items with a long shelf life and store them properly. Store food in a cool, dark, and dry place, rotating stock regularly. Section 3. Cooking without the grid. Embracing alternative methods. When the grid goes down, electric appliances become useless. But we don't have to rely on cold beans and crackers. Cooking without electricity can be simple and enjoyable. The campfire is a versatile off-grid cooking method. Building a fire is a learnable skill. Use a grill grate or balance pots over flames. Propane camping stoves are controlled and efficient. They can boil, simmer, or fry meals quickly. Solar ovens use the sun's energy to cook. They can bake, roast, and dehydrate food. Solar ovens are sustainable and fun. Cooking without electricity reconnects us with simpler ways. Savor the process of preparing a meal from scratch. Appreciate the true value of food and fuel. Rethinking home security in a crisis. Home security isn't just about locks and alarms. In a crisis, it means protecting your family and resources. Assess vulnerabilities and think creatively. Reinforce doors, install lights, and use everyday objects. Section 2. Layered defense, creating a fortress of security. In a long-term bug-in situation, relying solely on physical barriers is rarely enough. Layered defense is key. Create multiple lines of defense. Awareness is the outermost layer. Know what's happening around your property. Be observant of unusual activity. Communicate with trusted neighbors. Use simple surveillance techniques. Deterrents like lights and alarms help. Even a dog can discourage intruders. Make your home appear too risky to target. If a threat penetrates, have safe rooms. Safe rooms buy you valuable time. Reinforced doors and windows are ideal. Use them as temporary refuge. Have a self-defense plan. It's crucial in a worst-case scenario. Protect yourself and your loved ones. We often associate survival with physical strength, stockpiled resources, and honed skills. But what about the strength of our minds? Mental resilience is as crucial as physical preparation. Inner fortitude helps us face fear and isolation. Imagine being confined, day after day. The weight of the unknown can chip away at resolve. Prepare your mind as you prep your pantry. Develop coping mechanisms for stress and anxiety. Fear can be a catalyst for preparedness. Build mental resilience to thrive. Our minds can adapt remarkably. Equip yourself to emerge stronger and more resilient. When the world outside feels chaotic and unpredictable, establishing a routine within the confines of our homes can be a lifeline. Routine provides a sense of normalcy, a framework for our days, and a reminder that even amidst uncertainty, we have a degree of control over our lives. Imagine waking up each day without a plan, without a sense of purpose. The hours stretch out, filled with uncertainty and a gnawing sense of unease. This is where routine becomes our anchor. It provides structure, a reason to get out of bed, a schedule to follow, even when the world outside feels like it's falling apart. Start by establishing a basic daily schedule, incorporating essential tasks like meal preparation, hygiene, exercise, and even leisure activities. Having designated times for specific activities can create a sense of purpose and accomplishment, even in the smallest of tasks. Remember, routine is not about rigidity. It's about creating a framework that provides stability and comfort. It's about finding a rhythm that works for you and your family, allowing you to navigate the challenges of a long-term crisis with a sense of purpose and resilience. Mental discipline, often associated with stoicism or military training, takes on a whole new meaning in a long-term survival situation. It becomes the inner strength that allows us to control our thoughts, emotions, and reactions, even when faced with fear, boredom, or despair. Imagine the constant vigilance required in a bug-in scenario, the uncertainty of the future, the potential for conflict or loss. Without mental discipline, these stressors can easily overwhelm us, leading to poor decision-making, rash actions, or even a complete breakdown. Mental discipline is about training our minds to stay focused on the present moment, to acknowledge our emotions without letting them control us, and to choose our responses rather than reacting impulsively. It's about cultivating inner strength through practices like mindfulness, meditation, or even simply engaging in activities that challenge our minds and bring us joy. Remember, building mental discipline is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, conscious choices each day to strengthen our resolve, to focus on what we can control, and to cultivate the inner peace and resilience we need to weather any storm. We've covered a lot of ground exploring the multifaceted aspects of long-term bugging in. From waste management and water conservation to communication strategies and off-grid cooking, the key takeaway is this. Preparation is not just about gathering supplies. It's about cultivating a mindset of self-reliance, resourcefulness, and resilience. Remember those initial images of chaos and uncertainty? Those scenarios, while unsettling, are not meant to paralyze us with fear, but to ignite a spark of action. When we take responsibility for our own well-being, when we equip ourselves with the knowledge and skills to navigate challenging times, we transform fear into empowerment. Your home, once simply a dwelling, becomes a symbol of preparedness, a testament to your commitment to safeguarding yourself and your loved ones. It's a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we have the power to create a sense of security and normalcy. The time to act is now. Don't wait for disaster to strike before you start preparing. Embrace the journey of preparedness. Start small, build gradually, and never underestimate the power of knowledge, ingenuity, and a little bit of grit. Long-term bugging in is not just about enduring hardship, it's about finding ways to thrive amidst adversity. It's about recognizing that even in the most challenging of circumstances, there are opportunities for growth, connection, and even joy. Remember the importance of community? In a crisis, those around us become more than just neighbors. They become our support system, our allies, our extended family. By fostering strong bonds within our communities, by sharing resources and knowledge, we create a collective resilience that extends far beyond our individual capabilities. Think about the simple pleasures that often get overlooked in our fast-paced world. A home-cooked meal shared with loved ones. A good book read by the light of a kerosene lamp. The satisfaction of growing your own food or mastering a new skill. These moments, often taken for granted, become treasures in times of uncertainty. Remember, survival is not just about staying alive, it's about living with purpose, finding meaning in the midst of chaos, and nurturing the human spirit even in the darkest of times. The path of preparedness is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of learning, adaptation, and self-discovery. It's about embracing the unexpected, challenging our assumptions, and developing the skills and mindset to navigate whatever life throws our way. Remember, the world is in a constant state of flux. What seems secure today could be gone tomorrow. But by cultivating a spirit of preparedness, by being adaptable, resourceful, and resilient, we equip ourselves to face the unknown with courage and confidence. This journey is not about living in fear, but about living with intention. It's about taking responsibility for our own well-being, for the safety of our loved ones, and for the future we want to create. So let's embark on this journey together. Let's share our knowledge, our skills, and our stories. Let's build stronger communities, more resilient homes, and more empowered individuals. The future, while uncertain, is not something to be feared, but something to be shaped by our actions, our choices, and our unwavering determination to thrive.